not gonna like this one. Fellers, before you feast your eyes on this beautiful production of some hillbilly staggering around in the cold trying to get stuff running and weld things together, I'd appreciate it if you liked it or subscribed it and shared the crap out of it. What for lube tube's not loving old pegging legging these days, like at all. Yeah, without the support of you fellers, this channel would be going nowhere. Like a dirty old K-Whopper without 1202. Well, and it's kind of a hot kick to the old pecker because old lube tube hates a feller that hard because at the end of the day, I'm just staggering around in the cold trying to provide some entertainment for some minty fellers having a few beer at home. I even go through and hire a guy to edit every swear word out of the ungreased videos so it doesn't violate any policies or anything like that. If it wasn't for my Patreons, I'd be up old Crap Creek without a paddle. And yeah, I appreciate all you guys. You guys are mint. So Patreons, people to share this stuff, people to like this stuff, you guys are mint. Thank you very much. Oh yeah, and if you guys are wondering about swag, being that there's flags or there's hoodies or all kinds of stuff on the old website there, I don't have anything to do with it. My sister-in-law, just the best lady ever, rocking all that stuff out. She's packing the flags up and sending them out. I don't know if you're gonna get them before Christmas, but yeah, go over to ziptiesandplies.com, buy yourself a flag, buy yourself a shirt, whatever you want, and the minty sister-in-law, throw her in the old box and send her off to you minty pricks. If the shipping's redonkulous, the shipping's redonkulous. Anything out of Canadistan is just ridiculous because well, our government, it sucks, hence the flag. Alrighty, well, welcome back to the land of dirty old Honda quads and sexy old dad bods.
I'm dead sexy.
Oh, what a treat. Alrighty, so if you guys live out in some dirt and you bought yourself a C-can at one time or another, some might call it a C-can, other might call it a Connex box, foreigners might call it a ride into the country. I mean, them Tim Hortons and Dunkin' Donuts workers need to get in here somehow. If you've ever bought one of them fucking things, there's one big dirty stinky old problem you got with the fuckers. And that, you got a bunch of shit in here, and let's say if you got an engine at the very back, and you never ever need the engine that's at the front. It's always the engine or the heavy fucking thing at the back of the C-can that you need.
Yeah, that's how it works.
So, I was thinking there, well, I bought this C-can last spring, and I set it up here, and I was thinking, how can I lift all of this heavy ass fucking shit? I mean, you got some trannies here, you got a fucking 4B here, T-cases, all this wood mill that I'm definitely gonna get around to putting together. You got 12 valve, you got fucking 6.9 guys, 12 valves, 12 valves, 12 valves, and low on beer hold, another fucking 12 valve. Well, everything that all of those fucking things have in common is the gravity is fucking real.
Excuse me, ma'am. We have a 300-pound weight limit.
I don't weigh no damn 300 pounds. I weigh 165. Hi, Junior.
So you're asking yourself, how the fuck did I get all of them big heavy piles of iron out of the shipping crates? Well, you just use an excavator and they just fall right out, but...
Hey, Terry. Diener. That door's mint condition, right?
Don't slam the fucking door.
Oh, I fucked it. Oh.
All of the windshield, for fuck's sake.
Best thing about these things is the bodies are usually so rotten that, oh yeah, they just peel right off. Oh, that Dodge Electrical, you
don't need to worry about that Dodge electrical. The other question you're probably asking is, how in a sweet fiddler's fuck did I get them all the way to the other end without fucking anything up? And that is this dirty old fucking beam that I welded to the roof. And yeah, so basically you weld the fucking thing to the roof, you stick a trolley thing on there, and you're able to lift these fuckers up with ease. You can even do it with one beer in hand. And then coast her to the back, set her down. And let's say if you need that fucking motor, you lift it up. Someone's stunning it up. Lift it up, fucking drag her to the front, set her down right here, and then you're able to grab it with a fucking skid steer or whatever the fuck tickles your pickle. But yeah, so I figured I'd show you, hair lips, how to fucking build your very own 4-inch fucking, this is a 4-inch I-beam. There's a difference between wide flange and I-beam, but I'm pretty sure either or will work. That's 4 by 3, I think. It's 4 inches tall and 3 inches wide. Sounds kind of fucking familiar. Yeah, so I figured I'd show you guys how to build a sea can, or put one together that's a lot less struggling.
The eternal struggle.
Relax, fit my Aunt Fanny.
Because, I mean, in the road of life, there's a lot of struggling to be had. And why do it when it comes to your fucking sea can? All right, for this project, you're going to want to just go in and sneak into your dirty old steel pile that you got laying around. And my buddy Pilin gave me this 4 by 3 I-beam. So what they use this shit for in the oil field is they got these big ass gas compression fucking buildings. And they got these huge fucking mills in them. They're big natural gas fired mills. I think they're adapted ship engines. They're huge. And when they got to do a turnaround on these fuckers, they got to pull the heads off and the liners out, and everything is just way too fucking heavy to lift by hand. So they put these fuckers in the roof of the building, and then they're able to lift up the fucking heads and all of that fiddle fuckery. So yeah, old Pilin there, he's always got a pile of fucking shit on the go. He said, Peg, I got a bunch of this fucking shit laying around. You can have another couple sticks. So we got to fucking weld that together and cut the ends off and cut all this fucking garbage off of it. Willard, are you stunned? Yeah, we gotta cut all that shit off of it first, get the beam ready to go, and then get to putting her in the sea can. Alrighty, well, she's definitely cold outside again, and you know what that means? That means it's time to blow up every engine in the yard, according to the YouTube comment section. If you spray any of this shit within a 100-mile radius of a diesel engine, boom, fucking dead. This old girl actually has a couple functioning glow plugs, so you're gonna want to turn the key really fast and not let the glow plugs come in. What for, well, explosions. Oh, there's a sticker there that says don't use Cosby sauce. We'll listen to that later. Do her. She's fine. She loves that shit.
He's gonna give us homemade hot dogs when we finish putting the signs up.
I'm gonna give you some homemade fuck-offs right now.
Well, now we've got to get these fucking 1,000,000-pound piles of iron into the shop and then butt them up, weld the fucking shit out of them. I think we're going 40 feet, but I gotta measure it to remember. I remember this was about 10 inches, so we're gonna have to go like way more than that. Alrighty, well, let's fucking He-Man the shit out of these 1,000,000-pound beams into the shop. Oh, a lot of people ask, I'll say, Peg, don't your fucking fingers ever get cold from touching cold steel? No, I'm made out of the same thing that them hookers are when they're standing out on the street at like -30 trying to suck dick for money. I'm pretty much made out of the same material as that, except I don't drive a Dodge.
Look what the cripple does! Oh, shit!
There's a message to be had to watching this dirty old hillbilly struggle with this beam. Is that I don't care how bad your fucking foot hurts or your fingers hurt.
My fingers hurt.
Oh, well, now your back's gonna hurt. Because you just pulled landscaping duty. Anybody else's fingers hurt? I didn't think so.
Whatever the case may be, go to fuck to work. Pain is a part of living. If you ain't hurting, you ain't living.
People wonder why we need a union at Starbucks. I am literally about to quit. I'm like 3.5 hours into my shift. There's so many customers and we have 4 people on the floor all day. And then people are yelling at me because I don't have their orders ready.
People that fucking sit around and make excuses for their shit drive me nuts. Yeah, you're fucked up. It's the way she goes. Stop crying about it and get her done. If you're legitimately fucked up from working your bag off or serving in the army or something, that message isn't for you. I'm talking to all those pussies to take a month off because their carpal tunnel's fingering up from fucking finger fucking a computer all day. There's people out there that have real problems.
Problems? I don't want to hear about your damn problems. Everybody got problems. My mama got problems. She just lost her leg. My cousin Pookie just lost her testicle. My dog just threw up somebody's finger. That's a problem.
Alrighty, now all we guys gotta do, measure these up to 40 feet. I think that's what that fucking thing is. Square the end up, cut the living fuck out of it, throw some weld at it. Man, fuck, we'll knock that off at 20 feet. So that's good and square. And then we'll make that one 19.5 fucking feet and we'll be golden, pony boy. Alrighty, well we gas axed the fuck out of the whole thing. Cut all the little fucking nubbins off the pile of shit. And now we got her butted up. She's one piece. Can't even tell where we cut it. And now we're just gonna weld the living fucking shit out of it. And are we gonna grind it up to make it look nice? No. No, we're not. Alright, well let's fucking flip the gun. I guess we don't need these anymore. Want a flipper for me, big guy? Oh yeah. So I mean, it isn't like IC weld quality. If you don't know that guy's fucking channel, you gotta go check him out, but I think it's pretty good enough. Well, you gotta grab onto it like this, just like after ratchet strapping something down on the deck of the truck, and you gotta fucking give it one of those, follow it up with, that ain't going anywhere, and it doesn't go anywhere, that's how it works. Alrighty, so we gotta fucking get this thing prepped. Now, when I had the other C-can, I had this idea a while ago for putting the fucking I-beam on the roof so you could run a trolley back and forth. And we were fiddle fucking around and getting ready to weld the I-beam in, and we were spitballing back and forth on how the fuck to get the thing to the roof, and I gotta give credit where it's due. This fucking guy and Scuba Steve next door there were maybe smoking a few left-handies. Maybe. And they said, why defy gravity? And I said, what do you mean by that? And they said, just take this fucking C-can, give her the old switcheroo, weld the fucking thing to the floor, and then flip her back over. And we just have
Presto ceiling.
Exactly. I don't think we have any iron big enough to flip it over though.
No, that little bitch ain't gonna do it.
No, it doesn't have enough jam. Oh, and another dirty cold start. Greta's gonna love this one.
How dare you?
All right, so as far as riggings goes, the best place to get your certified rigging is in somebody's metal bin. Well, that's where I got it. It'll be fine. Hey, it was certified at one time. Do you want to use the dump riggings or the certified riggings?
Dump riggings.
So we'll use that one. And then Willard, you got to go in the kennel because we don't want to fucking squish your stunned ass because you'll be standing directly under the fucking thing. All right, the guy that taught me my riggings course, his head would probably explode at the angle that these are going to be on. Well, he's not here.
You have to get over it.
I know, that's what I'm thinking.
You're crying watching the videos.
You didn't listen to a word I said.
Well, I was fucking hungover. Man, I loved it when I was pulling wrenches there. You'd fucking just get annihilated drunk the night before because you knew it was gonna be a safety course the next day.
If this was a real life situation, most of you would be dead. Here's your certificate. Reminding you, help control the pet population. Have your pet spayed or neutered.
So how many Willard bastard childs do you have left?
6.
3?
6.
6?
Yeah.
Yeah! I'm gonna fuck all y'all! That's my boy!
Fucking Willard. That probably rattled a few kitchen cupboards. Did you feel it in both your feet?
Yeah, felt it in both.
Lucky prick.
I know.
All right.
Never been to China.
The ceiling's gonna leak, eh? Good thing gravity holds that fucker together.
Yeah. Come down. That's overwhelming.
Oh yeah. Don't worry, we'll pretend we're wearing hard hats. You know what I'm looking forward to? Breathing in Chinese smoke for another 5 hours.
Better than 1980s Chinese smoke.
Oh yeah. This is the 90s variety.
It's better,
This
yeah.
is the good stuff. It's got real lead in it, not that pussy shit. Honda engaged. Yeah, buddy. Look at it. Very nice. Oh, are we fucking up the word rear? Oh yeah. Oh Matt, we fucking forgot. We forgot to do a safety meeting before we did this. Fuck. All right, well, let's get to welding. How many times did I cut it?
3 times.
It's still too short. Let's get that off and then we'll put it in. All right, now that I got this chop saw covered in high test gas, now we're gonna go use it. That's how that works. Right down to the nearest cunt here.
I don't know. Timer's going. Yeah, you go red light blinking. All right. It's good.
Alrighty, well there she fucking is. All burnt in. I mean, the welds look kind of good. All right, well, safety, the welder inspector just showed up. He got us cleared on all the welder and stuff.
Congratulations! Your 2004 Honda Civic has been certified by a licensed mechanic and approved in a certified repair facility. This thing is now ready for the open road. Just an FYI, the business number you call is no longer in service. We only hold and conduct a taillight warranty, which means we can no longer see the taillights. You're fucked. Have a great day. Thanks for your business.
Says it's overhead approved.
He said it only might fall on our heads.
Yeah, well, there's a slight possibility, but I'm willing to live with that.
Yeah. You're pretty confident.
All right, well, let's fucking tighten these doors up and fucking unroll the cunt. Well, just the fucker cocksuckers will rot through, right?
Oh yeah.
We'll just paint them up nice.
Oh,
A real nice job too. You're gonna want to let the runs go right down onto her. ready to fucking go. The beam is on the fucking roof. Alrighty, so for tomorrow, what Hillbilly's got to do is we're gonna have to put some screw piles in the ground. What for, you don't want the fucking thing to move, sitting there. I'm gonna put some screw piles under it, weld some beams across, and then set the fucking thing on top of that. So tomorrow, we're gonna build some screw piles out of some shit from a dump, and imagine that, and then try to set the fucking thing in place. What a treat.
It's like he's got these things going on upstairs in his brain compartment that aren't working properly.
Oh, what a surprise. It snowed last night here in Pakistan. But so it's the next day now, and well, now it's time to make some dirty old piles. So I figured the best thing to build piles out of is dirty old dump steel. And I don't really have it in me to cut a fucking circle and then put a hole in it and then bend a helix out of it. So I'm just gonna do what I do best and hillbilly the ever-living fuck out of it.
Fucking A, man.
Alrighty, well now, I don't know how fucking deep this cocksucker's got to be in the ground, but I mean, we got a 4-foot frost layer and the other ones are in at about 6 feet, so I figured we'll do a 7-foot pile, and then if I don't get it in far enough, which that's sometimes, well, that never happens, but if I don't get it in far enough, I'll just cut the top off the fucking thing. Willard, are you gonna hold the tape measure, you stunned fuck? Yep, he's stunned. All of it. Alrighty, well, this isn't going to be your traditional screw pile. What for, I don't have the means or the fiddle fuckery to build the helix that you would weld on here. I'll put a picture up here so you fuckers can see what a screw pile would look like. But essentially, yeah, it's just a fucking disc that's been broke with a hole in the middle and a slice up it, and it's fucking big. I don't have any 1/4-inch fucking plate or 3/16 or fuck all. I don't have any of that shit. What I do have is a bunch of this fucking flat bar that I found at the dump. And I'm thinking all the guy's got to do is weld it on there like a propeller. Just one like this. I'll put the bigger one at the top, fucking cock-sided on the top here at 12 inches, and then cock-side this one at some kind of a angle, with the smaller one at 12 inches out, and then I guess 12 inches out, and then hopefully this thing will bite and fucking screw itself into the ground. Like I said, I have no idea if it's gonna fucking work, but might as well give her a fucking shot. All right, well, being that this fucker's 3 inches wide, I'm just gonna make 2 4-inch-ish fucking blades that come out each side, and then the same thing with the top, same thing with the fucking bottom. Alrighty, got the dingles all fucking cut out. Now I'm just gonna put a little fucking dealy hole in them, and make it so I can weld it on the side of that dirty old prick. Alrighty, well, that definitely doesn't look good enough, but we'll just fill it with fucking weld. Yeah, it'll be fine. I think what I should do is I'm gonna make the next one a tighter fucking circle. What for, oh, there's always something on fire under the bench. But tighter circle, what for getting a smaller bite in the dirt on the helix. We'll give that a fucking go. Or not, I guess it's not really a helix if it's fucking square, but we're just gonna give her, fuck it. Alrighty, here meow. What I'm gonna do is weld these on in a clockwork fucking drive fashion. So when she starts to go into the fucking dirt, she starts to grab onto more dirt. I don't know what fucking degree they're supposed to be at, but this is clearly a hokey poke fiddle fuckler setup. So I'm just gonna give her all the way and give her about 1 inch on the back and then call it good and just weld the ever living fuck out of it. This will be fine. All right, let's burn her in. Alrighty, so there's definitely a bunch of shit and oil and I don't know what the fuck's in there, but the thing you do is just you weld once through it and burn all that up, and then you just do another pass right through it and that'll make it mint. Alrighty, so essentially all we have now is just a square-sided helix screw pile. I mean, this is definitely gonna work just fine. Yeah, I'm gonna weld the backside of these quick, but then I'm gonna take this whole rig end outside, put the pile rig on it, or the pile rig on it, and then drive this home somewhere random in the yard and just see how it works. If it works mint, everything works flawlessly, then I won't perfect on my methods, but I mean, I've never done this fucking shit before, so this is gonna be pretty fun. All right, well, we got pile rig 500 all dialed onto the front of her. I mean, that's good and tight. You're gonna want to leave that like that. But yeah, the thing worked when I put it away, so I don't see why it wouldn't work now. Oh yeah, it's got one of them $70 or $80 a side hydraulic connections on it, so you know that's good. And much like any day where there's a bunch of steel and crazy shit going on with the skid steer, the glass door is about to embark on a dangerous adventure.
Shake hands with danger.
Willard, can you actually not look stunned, or is that just what you got going on? Are you so ingrained with stun DNA that your ears grow in all stunned like that?
I don't know what you're saying, but that's what's going on, yeah.
Let's plug this old prick in and see if she fucking does some spinning. I don't know how people go a day without using their Leatherman or not having a Leatherman. No, I'm not sponsored by them, but man, I love these fucking things. Sitting at dinner though in a fancy restaurant, sometimes the oil starts to leak out a bit onto the chair, but I mean, that's not even that bad. Left or right? Lucy, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Fuck yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Only thing left to do is put this whore in the ground. Alrighty, well, that sounds like a good enough place as any. Let's see what the fuck happens. I think it's working. You Minty Preck sitting at home swirling a cold one in the old lounge chair, but I reckon that worked just fucking tickety-boo. It buried it right deep.
Get in there nice and deep like.
And it looks flush. And yeah, I'm honestly, well, I got a half hard on right now because I didn't think that was gonna work. So, well, I actually knew exactly how this was all gonna transpire, but you know, I wanted to leave you guys hanging on the edge like I didn't know what I was doing. All right, well, let's do what I don't do, and we'll pull this guy out. And because this isn't where it's got to be at all, I just wanted to try it somewhere. But that thing's gonna be 7 feet down in the ground right now. So the frost goes down to 4 feet out here in old Frost, Pakistan. And that means that there's not gonna be any chance of so how a concrete pile works and how a screw pile works. The concrete pile, you auger a hole, you put something in it, and you pour concrete in there, and then hopefully it stays. But in my experience, I've lived up here a long fucking time, and what'll happen is the water will get into them concrete pillars, and it'll start jacking them out of the ground no matter what. It has all kinds of shit to grab onto. With these fucking things, the only thing you have to grab onto is just those propellers. So the weight's all sitting on there, and the helix on there is the only thing actually withstanding any of the weight. Like, it's just pushing down, but the water and the frost can't grab onto that to push it out, and it can't grab onto the shaft to push it out. So screw piles in Oilberta, fucking min. All right, let's pull this prick out of the ground and build 3 more. You know, they say, proof of the pussies in the fucking, and them welds held up minty. Oh yeah. Look at it, non-invasive at all. You kick the dirt back over it, wasn't even like there was a hole there. Alrighty, through the magic of camera work, are you sitting around drinking beer and watching some dirty old hillbilly fiddle fuck with shit? I'm about to get 3 more of those built, just like that. Bam! 3 more piles, all dialed together. It took me about an hour and a half. Oh, not even. Probably about an hour, 45 minutes, something like that. But yeah, fucking got her all bucked in, ready to go on the ground. What a fucking treat. Alrighty, well, I got the piles done. I got the whole area back there scraped off. Oh, the snow is gone, meow. Now I gotta figure out the grade and the height and all the rest of that shit. I don't have a transit. I don't have any measuring things to do all that stuff except for the tape measure from Princess Auto. But I do have this one wooden stake, this chunk of fucking dirty old bed frame that I got from a dump, and the ability to struggle like a fucking motherfucker.
I'd like to be pimps from Oakland or cowboys from Arizona, but it's not Halloween. Grow up, Peter Pan, Count Chocula.
The best fucking neighbor in the whole world. Bring this fucking laser over to do laser shit.
You know, I have one simple request, and that is to have sharks with frickin' laser beams attached to their heads.
What a fucking treat. I'm not gonna lie to you, I wasn't expecting this. I was just going off stuff from the dump. Home-built fucking dump piles.
You think that's queer? Is this queer? They're large and in charge and looking for chickies.
Alrighty, well, she's the next morning here, meow, and she's gotten a little cold. I think it's down to minus 20 Celsius this morning. Yeah, minus 20 right now. So what the fuck is that? I don't even know what that is in Fahrenheit. I'm too much of a fucking communist. But yeah, old mini hole. I guess my fucking oil pan heater wasn't working. Here was the block heater, so I guess I gotta fix both of those. Oh, and the fuel filter's falling off. That's good. Yeah, need the fuck back to work. All right, neighbor came over here with his fancy pants fucking laser.
Cool.
And these ones were how far?
Cut-off's about here.
So these ones were actually higher than those ones?
Yeah, these are actually higher. Those are cut-off is going to be, yeah, it's about, that's actually lower down there. The cutoff's going to be just about an inch, 2 inches underneath the top of that one.
It looks higher.
Well, that one probably is.
No, I just mean like the grade of it all looks fucking higher, yeah.
No, it's good.
All right, and you're saying the cleanout bucket might not dig frozen ground?
Yeah.
Good thing we got the piles in yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, figure gotta run over and get some steel here in a minute and unload these shelves I picked up. So this is gonna be a savage old cold start. It's yeah, it's minus 20. It was minus 20 something last night, and she's gonna shoot. Greta is not gonna like this one. So not only did a neighbor come over and measure my fucking piles and cut them off, now I'm gonna come over here and steal some of his steel. Cause I mean, that's what you do to your friends that help you out. You just steal their shit. Alrighty, well meow, all I gotta do is fucking grind them flat so fucking the I-beam can sit on there, Minty, and then weld the fucking things down. Alright, well these precks are about 11 feet long, which is about 2 feet too fucking long. But what that gives me is the ability to fuck up by a foot on each side. That's how you know I'm just gonna leave them that length. I got 3 engines running right now. 2 are 1202, one's 1203. There's a libtard out there right now having a meltdown. Don't worry, they're on a private jet on their phone right now, having a meltdown though. Telling us that we're racist for burning fucking diesel. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Weld this fucker up. One's all welded up, looks pretty sassy. Now I'm gonna grab the other guy there, go throw her in the spot, and go weld the shit out of it. Come on, leg, don't break off on me now. Oh yeah. Now, yeah, that bent piece is facing down. Measure it up, weld it in. Well, this beam here has one fuck of a twist in it. Went from probably being that it's been recycled and now I'm reusing it, but look at me, I'm basically I'm gonna post all over Facebook and virtue signal about how I'm better than everybody else. I'm a fucking recycler. But yeah, it's all bent to shit. So what I did is I put an old dirty hole on there and then I'm gonna whack it over a little. A little more. Alrighty, so now she's dead center, she's dead flat. Weld the fuck out of it. Alrighty, well, now we're all leveled off. Everything's mint. We shut one diesel engine off, one gas engine off. It's starting to get pretty warm out. It's probably only about minus 15 communist measurements, but yeah, we're good to go. All I gotta do is go fire up the big hooer and drag that sea can in here. Alrighty, well, I got this big old prick plugged in. Now, I don't know if the block heater or anything works in the fucking thing, but what we're gonna do is try firing it up with no grid heater, or I guess it's got glow plugs. I think it's got a glow plug. Got one of the two. We're gonna try firing it up without it and just see what happens. And if she won't fire like that, well then we know blockade probably ain't working. Alrighty, well, I think she's warmed up enough. Let's fucking hook onto that can. Oh, she's slow moving this morning. Alright, let's move this prick. Fuck!
Son of a bitch.
Well, let's hook back onto this fucking thing with a bit of a shorter lead, see if it'll actually pull around. Come on, you whore. Go in the spot. Oh, yeah? Did it fucking go? Oh yeah, oh yeah, fuck yeah. All right, so we're barely on back here. So I'm gonna have to lift up the back and then push that end over a bit and then do shit and stuff until it all works. That makes sense. On the other side here, now let's see if we can move it up and over a little. Now just a little this way. Come on. Okay, what I'm gonna have to do is hold this end and push over with the skid steer a little bit. Oh yeah. There she goes. Gonna push her over a little bit now. fucking line her up. If any of the guys that watches this channel's wives are sitting around saying, that guy just looks like one of those fucking guys that never grew up from when he was a kid and all he does is play with construction equipment. You're not fucking wrong, woman. You're not fucking wrong. I love this shit. Oh, yeah. All right, set her down. Fuck yeah. And let's move her around with the skid steer the rest of the way. Alrighty, so since I don't have a swamper, I'm gonna tie it off, so that's about a foot there. And yeah, so it should be about 20 feet we're gonna go. Gotta come this way a ways, I think. That's 22 feet right there. So technically it's only 21 feet. So we go back a foot. No fucking problem. Yeah, gotta go another 4 inches there. $21 fucking feet right there, within an inch anyhow. So that's -7 inches. So that's 20 feet there, minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I think that's on the fucking money, actually. That's where she's gonna stay, right there. Fucking mint. Oh yeah. Front's back. Well, the front's welded, the back is welded. All right, I don't know what the fuck's going on with this welder, but it just gave me a shock so bad that I could taste my fillings. It's probably not good, but it's the way she fucking goes. Whole level, I'm gonna do a little bit of fiddle fucking with the dirt work, but there she is, sitting in spot. That was a whole lot of fiddle fucking. Alrighty, well, she's time to add some fucking shelves. It's gonna be nice to put shelves in this one because the walls aren't really fucking bent like the last one. What a treat. Well, shit. Another idling diesel engine. How dare I? I know I'm stealing dreams and fucking childhood and empty words and blah blah blah. But alrighty, well, we got all the shelves in here. Looking fucking mint. These are dirty old Costco shelves. They're gonna be good. Way fucking better than building some garbage out of fucking plywood. And they used to only be 250 bucks a fucking piece. And then you only need to buy 2. Well, you're best off to buy 3. And then you can build 5 shelves and only have whatever on each fucking shelf. So you can put all kinds of big shit in there and you can fill the gap in with whatever's extra. But yeah, now we gotta put on some Chinesium fucking trolleys because you're gonna wanna have all your fucking heavy stuff to spend it on something that was built by communists. That's how you want it, right? Now, Princess Auto does sell the best fucking shit. I think that was $100 and this is like $140. I don't know how the fuck they're making money at this shit. There's a lot of machining into that fucking thing, but
because it comes from China. It's not racist at all. No, not at all. It comes from China. That's why.
Yeah, we'll fucking get the trolley on there and she'll be fucking better than good. There we fucking go. And just like that, we're fucking done. What a treat. What a, how dare you. Alrighty, well there you fucking go. Now you know how to build yourself the mintiest fucking sea can that a hillbilly hoarder ever did fucking own. You put all your engines down this side, all the heavy shit, maybe a few fucking, you know, ex-girlfriends that you couldn't dump in the river because you get charged for fucking toxic waste dumping. They were only 400 pounds. You just wheel them right in here. No fucking big deal. Oh, what a fucking treat. Shelves, motor storage. What the fuck more could a fella ask for? Alrighty, well I hope you guys like that derelict production of me staggering around in the cold, trying to weld stuff together and get all this junk running. Oh wow, that thing's barely even plugging up the shop. Oh, I mean, if I suck it in here, oh yeah, look at that. Wearing my Merry Christmas Shitters Full shirt. I mean, you gotta wear that like all of December. The smell gets pretty bad around the 25th, but it's worth it.
Shitter was full!
Well, like always, big thanks to all you peckerheads that watch this. And even a bigger thanks to all the Minty fucking Patreons that are keeping this dirty old boat afloat. I mean, when you guys file a saw, do you guys file a saw for like maximum sharpenage? Or do you guys just file a saw for basically zero raker? Because if you don't have any raker, the teeth have to bite. That's just how it works. I mean, what a minty spot to sit. Back of the old office trailer here. Just a nice view of shitty old chainsaws and dirty old skid steers and oil that got blasted against the roof of the shop, and I was getting the old Cummins dumpster dialed in. But like I was John about before, I'd just like to thank all the Patreons. So these ones are the ones that are from November 22nd to December 7th. So these are all the 10 bucks. We got Tom DeShantis, Steve Connor, OGs, Kate Meager. Do we have another broad? Willard, 2 women on zip ties. Is that not impressive, bud? There's nothing but impressiveness around here. We'll try to leave some pussy for the rest of them, but you know. All right. We got Jordan Tucker, Jesse Watson, homeless with a car. Pretty sure that guy deleted his pledge and came back on, but I mean, he came back on. You got to give him a half handy for that. Gavin Morrison, Fuggin' Dave, Dave Murrin, Cruising Industries. We got 20 buckers. We got Tyler Trindall, Michael Bennon, and Joanne. 30 buckers. We got Nichols, 45 buckers. We got Mackenzie Eckhoff, and we also have a 50 bucker, and his name is probably the best one yet. It's Fuck Justin Trudeau. Now that's just a real nice name. And low and beer hold, we got Daryl Med. Daryl Med, you guys might recognize that kind of feller by the haze. That old black and white dump truck that a feller bought and drove back. Well, that was a Minty feller that sold it to me. So I'm basically getting money back for, you know, buying this truck. That's just like a rebate. Fucking mint. Alrighty, and the next fellers that we got on the list here, these are the guys that give me a raise. So how the fucking raise works, it's basically from anybody that gave me a raise $10 and up. So there's a bunch of people that fluctuate and all the rest of the fiddle fuckery. So all I do is to try to dial in on the old confuser and make it, it's really difficult and I just fucking struggle, but I always write it down. I appreciate all you minty fucking pricks. Alright, first guys on the list, so yeah, like I was saying, these are like 10 buck and over raises, I think. This is my best guess. I barely know how to run shit and I'm fucking stunned. All right, we got Alex, Brennan Lejeune, Jack My Hog Off, what a fucking street, Jared Ratz, Timothy gave me 170 beans, buddy. That's fucking mint. This one's for you. What a fucking treat. We got Albert Purvis, Big Rig Willie, Nick Gamblin, Tough Country, The Filthy Leprechaun, Gordon Mornin, Craig Morphy, Mike Whitetaker, Canadian Comedy, Matthew, Jackson Pridgeon, Tom Anderson, Mudweiser, just a badass name. Hayden Hill, Skunk Man, Cruising Industries, Term 14, Cow Titty Melker. I don't think he gave me a raise. I think he's a new Patreon, but that's just a badass name. I had to write that down. Caden Prater, Connor Anderson, Grumpy Dumpy. That's fucking mint. Mudweiser with another raise. He gave me 2 raises, the minty fucking prick. Phil, Norwegian Stunned Fuck, Preston Zemenik. Yeah, I'm stunned. Drewski, Brewski, Pendergrass, that's a badass name. Jonah, Iceman, Frosty Skippy, that guy's fucking mint as fuck. I talk to him all the time. He's a dirty old Australian that came to Canadistan, and guess where he sets up shop? Manitoba. The only reason Winnipeg, Manitoba exists is because when they were migrating from the east to the west, the wheel fell off the wagon there, or somebody probably stole the wheel off their wagon. Michael Bennon, Tim Duke, Dan Van, Andrew M. Allen, Roy, Matthew Henrik Commissars, buddy, I'm fucking stunned. I think that's how you say your name. Nicholas, Robert Rogers, Northbound and Down, and Brandon. Let's go, Brandon, at 1770 fucking sick. I'll say it once, and I'll say it 100 more fucking times. I'd be fiddle fuck without you minty pricks, so thank you guys very much, and thanks for keeping this old hillbilly fed with beer. A bunch of diesel to burn, and a bunch of fucking microwaves for Willard to stick his head into. Oh, and by the way, yeah, Willard definitely did knock the neighbor dog up. I think he's on his 2nd go, aren't you, Willard? Willard, you got a weak pullout game, bud? Willard, oh, he doesn't want to talk about it. He's got puppy support payments and dog ammonia, all kinds of shit going on. But like always, appreciate you guys watching, and keep shitting out your fucking ass.